Okay, good afternoon, dear colleagues and our guests. I represent the smallest state university in Latvia, Ventspils University. In the scale of Africa, Latvia is very small, of course, but in the scale of Latvia, 200 kilometers, with the distance from Riga to Ventspils is quite big. And then sometimes young people who come study to Riga from region, they never come back to region. And this is why some 15 years ago we decided that we need university with technological education also in the region. Yeah, I will be very short because I would like to share my presentation time with my colleague Intulis Kalniņš from Bremen University of Applied Sciences, because our two universities have a very good collaboration in space technologies. But not be afraid, I will be very short. You see, some 15 years ago we started with very small, only one faculty. Today we have more study programs. Today's this right side, you see the Faculty of Information Technology is a part when we study also computer science, but also electronics as engineering part of our studies. Also, you see today here today morning presentation from Ventspils International Radio Astronomy Center. This Radio Astronomy Center is a part of a university, and this is good for us because mostly all of researchers work also in university as lecturers and professors, and from the other side our students have a possibility to get their practice and make their works directly in this radio astronomy center. We have no any special programs in space technology. In the bachelor level, we give overall education in computer science and in electronics. But we have some more specialized in master level, and in computer science these focus areas are signal processing and image processing, and focus areas on electronics are wireless communication, antenna engineering, and radio frequency equipment. We have quite good infrastructure, laboratories with up-to-date equipment. Some specialized laboratory is satellite technology laboratory equipped with CubeSat satellites and subsystems needed for them, such as electric power system, altitude control systems, communication modules, all these things. Also, we have radio amateur ground station in the university. Today, this is a single amateur station in Latvian universities, and while we have now our own satellite on the orbit, our students learn to communicate with colleagues' satellite, with Estonian satellite, and with Lithuanian satellite. And also it's work here as a hobby to take part in radio amateur contest, different such things. The next week will be the students' graduation work presentation, and to show you what are the topics of our students' work, I write down here from the whole list of topics, the topics which concern our today's topic. Yeah? You see that quite a lot of graduation works is done by our students in space technology field. The similar situation is in a research project that students do their own works, own researches in the field of space technologies. students also take part in the projects of the astronomy center, and the last one, our students also take part and work in the Estonian SQ1 University Satellite Development Team. We have our own satellite project. We would like to launch on the orbit our own satellite. This satellite is technically almost ready. It is made in collaboration, as I tell you, with Bremen University, as with Ventspils High Technology Park, and I would like to English to continue with details of this project.
So I'm teaching at the University of Applied Sciences in Bremen. So I'm working also since 20 years, a little bit more, for OHB. In Bremen is a, I guess, very well-known company now today also, because in OHB also the new Galileo spacecrafts are built. And if you are in Bremen, we could organize also for one short company tour to see how real and big satellites manufactured. But today I would like to give you a short overview about the first Latvian satellite, Vanta 1. So Vanta, because Ventspils, the river of Latvia, in Latvia is Vanta. And so just few slides, just a very brief information. At the beginning I will point one thing out. So on the middle picture you see a lady and gentleman. The gentleman is the Juris Žagars. He is, I guess, also a very well person here, very well-known person in Latvia. He is, so, let's say, a grandfather of the satellite. He visited one day, roughly 5 or 6 years ago, Bremen, and so was born the idea also to build a small satellite for Latvia. Latvia is a small country, but Latvia big antennas, and small satellites and big antennas is something what could fit very well together. So this was the starting point. And as mentioned, so today I would like to give you just a brief overview about the satellite, and also I'm trying to find out some potential use also maybe for Africa. Who knows? One day this satellite could be used not only for the Latvian needs and for the education in Latvia, or also for other needs, but maybe also in worldwide, and why not in Africa. So coming to the satellite, what it is, as you've seen on the pictures, this looks like a small box, and so the mission goal is education on space technology testing, and this should be the first Latvian satellite. So the owner of the satellite is the Ventspils University College and the High Technology Park Ventspils. This project is funded by Latvian money, by the Ministry of Science and Education in Latvia. So the payloads are also called AIS receiver, which means automatic identification system, because Latvia is also has a long coastal line also with the Baltic Sea, and a lot of ships are near Latvia, and this payload is getting some messages from ships, but we will come to this point a little bit later again. And also we have a small package of electronics also from Sweden companies. This is also called plug-and-play electronics. So the mass of the satellite is only 7 kilograms. It's not so much, but it's also 7 times more than the typical CubeSats, which are now today launched from nearly every one university, and they are just 1 kilogram. We are 7. So the size, approximately 400 to 500 millimeters. The project status, also interesting, where we are. So we did a project presentation, it was, I guess, 2 years ago here in Ventspils, and now we are waiting for a very important step. This is the frequency coordination, because every satellite should be also coordinated. Satellites are sending down the data, and this process is now ongoing, and we hope that we will get this readiness end of this year. So the planet orbit is about 500 kilometer altitude and 65-degree inclination, whatever this means in this moment. So the satellite, as seen also on the picture, so I told you it's just a box with a lot of instruments around, and on top you see also quite large solar generator. On the bottom, also some additional electronics. Maybe one part is also interesting. We have also so-called S-band antenna, and we hope that someday we will be also able to send really data also to the big antennas to the Ventspils Radio Astronomy Center. That's why we are also using such high frequency antennas, because typically the student or university satellites are sending data down in some other range of frequencies. Coming quickly to the launch. I don't agree with you so that the launch costs are going down. I heard today some statement about this. So I'm working since 20 years in space business, and at OHB my job was to launch the OHB satellites. So I traveled to Russia, to India, and to some other countries. So and this configuration you see is just a part of the rocket. This is the nose, or so-called fairing part of the new European Vega launcher. The blue part is where the satellites are accommodated, and you see on the right side so that this fairing is empty, so that the main passenger is not shown, because nobody will really publish such data which satellite is the main one. Maybe the center will be finally the main passenger of our mission. And you see on one side is Vanta 1, on the second side is so-called Max Valier. This is so like a sister satellite built by us also at OHB for some other university in Italy. So the costs of such configuration are some millions. So that's not really cheap. So, and that is also part of the problem, because the prices are not going down. If we are waiting, the prices are increasing. A lot of universities are building satellites. Some rockets are not more active. We see what happens in Ukraine. The DAP rocket will probably not fly more, so that we need to fly our satellite as quick as possible. So now the collaboration potential, where I see some possibilities also for Africa. First, I would say Vanta will be used for the education here in Latvia, and Vanta could be used also for the education also in African countries. And the education is not only the process where we are building the satellite. Very important portion of the education is also the use of the satellite. So the use of the satellite products which we are getting down from space. So that's why I'm coming to the next point, use of AIS data. So this is so-called Maritime Automatic Identification System. This is some system which provides the overview where the ships are. And on the next slide you will see also Africa and the ships around. Then also this satellite could be used as for environmental monitoring. The AIS frequency could be also used for some data transmission for local sensors and so on. So any other ideas are also welcome. The next point, we could also, because we are waiting for the frequency permission, we could even launch also a small experiment from Africa, like we are doing this with our Swedish colleagues. So the Stellenbosch University is very active in Africa, and we know very well some good products from there. So also you are also welcome on board on Vanta if this could be done by the end of this year. And the last point, because this project was born from the idea to use the big ground station antennas in Latvia, we could use also for Vanta also a ground station in Africa, because then we would have also some advantage, get more data down, and you could use then all this data directly also in your countries. So, and now on the right side you see what this AIS means. This is the continent of Africa, as you see. And around all the red dots are the ships. And this picture is not from Google. This picture was made on our previous mission, so-called Rubin 7 mission, which was launched by the university and OHB some years before. So that, a summary, maybe AIS could be a good starting point for the collaboration with Africa. Maybe some technology testing on the Latvian satellite could be also a good starting point. And as well as our ideas are welcome.